Gemini, what's going on? This is Brandon over I'm Wow Intuitive, here to do your energetic reading for the dates of July 17th through the 24th. This is just going to be a little simple reading to let you know what energies may or may not be swirling around you right now. None of this is pass or fail, so I mean if you might already be doing some of these things, which is why it may not apply to you or relate to you. So let's keep walking that path if you're already doing it. But if you need some of this stuff, let's make sure we're taking what resonates and leaving behind what doesn't. But I hope everybody is having a great week so far. Let's go ahead and get into the reading. What do we have from my beautiful Geminis? Dates July 17th through the 24th. Beautiful Gemini. What do we have for you? July 17th through the 24th, excuse me. What do we have from my beautiful Geminians out there? Hope everybody is having a good, wonderful week so far. It's a little bit overcast out here in Jayville, Florida, but the lighting is wonderful for these videos, so I won't complain too much. And it hasn't really started raining yet. It's just kind of overcast, and this being is kind of gloomy self. Feels good out there. I've been out there. It's nice and warm. It's not too hot. Cards haven't flipped out yet, which is really, this just happened with the Taurus reading as well. I had to actually stop shuffling, which is unheard of for me, because cards usually just flip out. Maybe I'm getting better at this whole shuffling thing. What do we have for my beautiful Geminis for July 17th through the 24th? July 17th through the 24th, a beautiful Gemini. I like that. I think that is a good place to be right there. They almost flipped out, but I kind of caught it with my wonderful reflexes. So we'll go ahead and stop the shuffling there. So the first card out for us, because I'm a Gemini as well. I probably mentioned that before. Go Team Gemini. But this is our first card, that crown chakra. This is a wonderful card to start out on. That means a lot of us are doing the work that we need to do. We just have to keep it up. We just have to keep stick with not necessarily the routine, but stick with the path. You know what I mean? So let's make sure that we're continuing to develop this crown chakra, because that's your divine wisdom right there. That's source trying to pour into you through your crown directly into your third eye. And once you've connected with that universal energy, that's when you really start to develop the rest of your chakras, because there's not just the 7 that you see on this card. There's actually, I think, over 70 or 80 chakras to master. But those are external energy, parts of your energy field that must also be worked on as well. But those kind of develop on their own by getting this crown chakra in balance with the rest of you, so that you're just one big old battery transferring energy throughout all of your systems. Okay, so let's make sure that we're continuing to develop this within us. I know a lot of you are doing good work out there with yourselves, so let's keep that up. All right, Gemini. Let's get out there and be sexy. People love seeing us. We have a way of carrying ourselves that can be regal, that can be eye-catching, even if we're just kind of going to the grocery store in our pajamas. Like, people pay attention to us, not just because of what we're wearing, but because of our auric field, because of the energy field that surrounds us. Our innate sexuality is something that I've been told people love about Gemini, is that we don't have to try to be sexy. We just do things that people find sexy. So let's make sure that we're using this to our advantage, and allowing people to enjoy our sexuality and the little purr kittens that we can be. All right, so let's make sure that we're if you're in a relationship and maybe things are a little bit boring and have gotten a bit stale, maybe start talking to your partner about how you'd like to feel, and how you would, in ways that they can make you feel like that. And see if you guys, if they're not into it, see if you can find like a middle ground or something like that. But start talking about your sexuality if you're coming to a dull place in your personal relationship. But if you're single and you've been ready to mingle, get out there and be sexy. Stop hiding yourself from the world. People, like I said, people love to see you. People love to hear what Geminis have to talk about because of the way we talk about certain things. We just have a wonderful way of putting things in perspective. And that goes with anything. So let's make sure we're out there being sexy. If you're the single Gemini out there wondering when your opportunity for love is going to come around, get out there and bring it towards you. Start manifesting by exposing the sensual being that you are. Okay? And this is going to be great for us too this week. Keep exercising that creativity. Keep feeding that sacral energy. Keep feeding that throat chakra by being creative with all of your ways of self-expression. Start adding in new ways of expressing yourself as well if you feel like the old ones aren't doing enough justice for that wonderful person that you are, Gemini. Let's make sure that we're being as creative as possible, not allowing ourselves to slip into the mundanity of routine. All right, let's make sure that we're spicing up our lives. There's nothing that Gemini hates worse than doing the same thing all the time. It drives us crazy. So let's make sure that we're using our creativity to keep ourselves from that energy, and that's going to manifest and bring it towards you as well. So let's keep that up. Okay? I know a lot of you are out there absolutely doing this, and that's a good place to be in. And if you're not there, go ahead and take that next step up and start doing that. Stop wondering if you can, and start making sure that you can. All right? And follow your gut instincts, Gemini. This is working hand in hand with every other aspect of you. Like it's no longer okay to turn a blind eye. Okay, it's no longer okay to not listen to that quiet voice, because that's a dialogue that is trying to be heard right now. Okay, make sure that you're listening in to all of your points, all points of your body, because information can be received through any open orifice. So let's make sure that we're using our gut instincts to warn us off for something or bring us towards the things that we want. Yes, my Geminis. Stop speaking self-hate. If you don't like something about yourself, think about this. Sometimes when we go out, and for no reason at all, we may be feeling confident with a spring in our step, but you hate the way your nose looks. Yet and still there's somebody who passed you by who saw that very same nose and said, I wish I had a nose like that. Let's not speak self-hate. Let's not bring ourselves down by not liking something about ourselves. Embrace it. Like if you got big ears, embrace them big old things and hear the world better than everybody else. But embrace them, because somebody else out there is going to love those ears. You have no idea how envious people can be of the life that you might hate. So let's make sure we're being appreciative, taking stock of what we do have around us and not worried so much about what we don't have. And that's going to start to bring in everything that you do want, because you feel that way about the things that you do have, other things in the universe want to feel that same kind of enjoyment, that same kind of satisfaction that you get from all of the things that are already in your life. They want to be a part of that. So let's make sure we're honing in on our self-esteem and out there being the sexy beings that we are. Like I'm telling you, like Gemini has a way to walk into a room and really shut it down. And that's what you guys need to do. Don't worry so much about what you can do to look good to somebody else. Just have that idea that no matter what you're wearing, you are beautiful. No matter what anybody else says, you're just as beautiful as you can be, because you are. And what do we talk about with the creativity? Let's make sure that we're continuing to be creative. Let's make sure we're feeding that sacral energy, feeding that throat chakra by putting something into the world that didn't exist before. Let's use our ability to do creation to our advantage. That's one thing about the Gemini mind that's wonderful, is we think so much, we think about the smallest little details, that when we go to create something, we apply that to whatever it is that we're trying to make. And we go in for the little details that we will incorporate into whatever it is that we're creating that makes it so special. So make sure that you're still feeding that creative beast inside you. Let's make sure we're making our sacral energy flow and glow. from within. All right. And we're going to pull one more from the bottom of the deck, but we're in a wonderful place. We just have to continue not to pull ourselves down with the negativity, and really embrace those elements about us that just makes us irresistible to certain people. And that goes for any of you, buddy. If you're I don't know if I have cross watchers, but if you're cross watching this video, let's make sure that we're really seeing that inner beauty that dwells within all of us. That's one thing about this path is learning to see the beauty even in the homeliest of homeless. All right, is learning to see that beauty in everything, no matter what it is. Okay, and that includes you, Gemini. Learn to see the beauty in yourself, as within, so without, and make sure that it applies to the beauty within is the same as the beauty that you see externally. All right. And this is going to help you with that, is using that insight, seeing. This is third eye chakra energy right here. This is using the mind's eye to see inward or outward for that beauty, because it exists in all of us. It exists in everything. It exists in annoying Carol at work. It exists in everything that is around us, even the things that we may not think are so beautiful because of how they behave. There's some part of them, there's some element of them that if you caught that, you would be like, wow, the sun shines on a dog's ass every once in a while. They are beautiful right now. So allow that. You know, don't think the obvious is always the one is the full picture. Like sometimes there's a mask over something that you want to see clearly, and that mask is completely not there when you have your third eye open. Your third eye sees right through the veil, lifts it up, or sees it becomes transparent and flimsy, and it can see right through it into the true nature of something, and see the true beauty of it as well. And use that with yourself as well. Turn that eye inward so that you're looking at yourself with the same kind of encouragement and satisfaction as when you look at a beautiful flower, or stare at a wonderful sunset or something like that. Let's make sure that we're seeing the beauty within as well as without. Outside and in. But that's all I have for you for right now, Team Gemini. You guys are in a good place. We started out with crown chakra energy, which means that we're developing that we're sharpening that sword, honing in on those senses, which is a wonderful thing. Because when you reach that high of a level, that means all the rest of you is pretty much in a good place as well. So let's keep up the good work. Keep walking towards the mountaintop. All right, and don't hang out at the bottom with all the naysayers. All right. But that's all I have for you for now. I hope you guys are having a wonderful week. I hope the rest of the week is just as good for you. I'll be up with you more towards the weekend with the weekend energy reads. Let you know what may or may not be coming towards you then. But in the meantime, take care of yourselves and take care of others as much as you can. Love you guys. Peace. Namaste.